How many of you think that we ought to be protecting our environment? Raise your hand. How many think it'd be nice if the government shared in the cost of protecting the environment? Raise your hand. How many think it'd be really nice if they helped us with our money protect the environment? Raise your hand. Well, they do just that. And what they call it is a conservation easement. Conservation easement looks like this. Let's say that you have a piece of wetlands. So the government says, okay, we don't want you to develop those wetlands. We'll give you a tax benefit if instead you permanently preserve them. So there are companies out here that their job is to protect the wetlands. Here's how they do it. They do it in such a way that you get a tax deduction. Works like this. They find the wetlands. You invest, say $100,000 in the wetlands. Then what they do is they do a study. And they go, what would these wetlands be worth if we developed them? Now we'd have a golf course, we'd have a nice pond, we'd have some ponds, we'd have a stream. Okay, these are wetlands, okay? We could build McMansions around these. We could make some good money. And they put that entire plan together. And if they did that, let's say that that wetland's now worth $10 million if we develop it. But the wetlands without that, if you couldn't do that, is worth like $100,000, right? I mean, wetlands just don't have a lot of value unless they're developed. So the government gives this deduction, allows this deduction, and it's clearly allowed. I've been through this over and over and over for our clients. Here's the cool thing. There's leverage to this. You effectively get a deduction for approximately 4 times your investment. So if you put in $100,000, you get a $400,000 deduction. I really like the idea of multiplying their deductions by 4. Raise your hand. Turn to your neighbor and say, I like that. So what does that mean? In a 40%, 30 to 40% tax rate, that's a 40 to 60% return on investment, or ROI, immediately. When? Immediately.